I don't love the idea of buying one thing for one event anymore. That's just like you're never going to get use out of it for the rest of your life. Sneaky bonus item, dark moody floral dress, and I felt like fashion accomplished. I've been wearing these literally every day. Our fair trade certified, lion on the front, or tiger, or the badger. Madewell. Never thought I'd be wearing the same clothes as Colton, but here we are. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 things that I purchased in the month of October for my year of 5 finds. And the year of 5 finds is where I'm basically only buying 5 things a month for my closet. Shoes, jewelry, accessories, coats, clothing is the main part of it all. I'm editing what I'm buying in an effort to shop less, but also shop better and make better purchasing decisions. It's crazy that it's almost over. I'm sharing with you October finds, but we're currently, as I'm filming this, in the month of November, in the middle of November, and I've actually bought nothing yet. And I feel like I've been holding off on purchasing things on Black Friday, potentially. I have a few things on my wish list. All-weather boots being one thing, which is a perfect thing to buy on Black Friday. However, I'm realizing that when I buy them and get them in the mail, it'll actually be December, and so now I'm like, oh, do I hurry up and go buy 5 things right now? And I'm like, no, I don't really, there's not a ton of things that I want, and so in the next few weeks here of November, I'm just gonna like, maybe I will do an accidental no-buy in November, or maybe I'll find a couple things along the way, but I'm not really intentionally out there like trying to buy a lot right now. Anyways, let's get into the 5 things that I purchased. So the first thing is these ankle booties that I bought from Able. Able is an ethical brand out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they're a brand that's been on my radar for a long time now. They make a very popular denim jacket, the Merle jacket, that so many people love. And I've been looking at their leather goods, their denim jackets. They have really cute shoes as well. These booties definitely spoke to me when I saw them. So this is like a light sort of tobacco caramel color. They also have this in sort of what looks like a bluish gray tone. And surprisingly, I actually don't own a lot of ankle booties. And so ankle booties, as a person with larger legs, can oddly be just as hard as it is to find tall boots that fit around your leg. But these ones I knew would work for me because of this open space right here. I love that they were a low heel as well. I love that they have a texture with the suede, this little detail right here. They're super comfortable, but I had bought an open pair of boots like this before that sort of have a cutout. This is bigger than a normal cutout. And I knew that this would just be really attractive on a larger ankle, and it totally is. The thing that I didn't expect about this bootie was when I tried it on, I was at home, I didn't have socks on, and I just slipped my foot into it, and my first thought was, oh my gosh, this shoe feels like a hug for your foot, which sounds so stupid, but that's literally what it felt like. And then I was like, why is this so cozy? And I looked on the inside, and there's like a really low pile fleece on the inside of this. So if you can see, all the way from like here down to the toe is like a really warm, like low fleece. And so it's very cozy in that way. Now that unfortunately we got winter way early in Michigan, normally we have pretty much the whole month of November is pretty good and fall-like. This is the perfect fall-like shoe. It looks great with cropped pants, great with a dress that I'm going to show you in a minute. I've already worn these a lot within October. However, we already have snow on the ground, and so this is suede, and I'm going to need to treat them for one. I've not worn them out in the wet yet. So I'm just going to have to be careful with them, and anyways, they're super comfortable. They look great. I know that this is open right here, but I think that with like an ankle, like a cropped pant that where there's a little bit of skin showing, but you wear a cute sock underneath it would be really cute. So like a striped sock or even black you could do, but I think something with intentional, like I realize that this is open and I'm intentionally wearing a cute patterned sock underneath it would be really cute. So yeah, these are definitely adorable. They say that they're made in Brazil. I believe that a lot of Able's jewelry and leather goods I want to say are made in Tennessee, and then a lot of their other items are made in Brazil, maybe Indonesia, some other countries. I really looked at the notes of the website and the reviews. They said to size up half a size. I'm normally between an 8 and an 8.5, and I went with the 8.5, and they fit perfectly. So I would say if you're in between sizes, size up. And yeah, these are really cute. I like them a lot. They're super comfortable. They're very well made. They're something that I think I really have for a long time. And they were made by a great company, which, by the way, one of Abel's really main platforms is empowering women. I think more than like 90% of the people that work for the brand, work for the company, are women, and they empower women to make a living wage, a fair wage, and post your wages is one of their big ethical platforms, because one of the more ethical issues within cheap fashion and fast fashion is that people often aren't making a living wage. They're making a few dollars an hour, maybe less than that. And what Able is doing is they are pushing that ethical topic to the forefront and challenging other retailers to be transparent and post the lowest wage of workers that they have. And so it's really inspiring to see them champion behind makers and people that work for them, but also women specifically. And so in terms of ethics, but also sustainability is important to them too. They're a great company to look into, and they're out of Nashville, Tennessee. So this is the first thing that I purchased from Able. They're definitely one to look at. Okay, the next thing I have is a dress from Mango, which if you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen it. And I feel like this is a perfect time to explain, and I did explain a little bit in a couple months ago when I bought a dress from H&M, that within my year of 5Finds, while I'm trying to slow down my shopping, and I think with slow fashion comes the conversation of ethical, sustainable fashion, which I'm trying to lean into, I also just want to really have a good balance of the things that I purchase. And so while I know that a lot of people who lean towards the more conscious shopping side, they sort of look at no fast fashion, I'm trying to find the perfect balance of, there are things that I'm gonna want to buy from Mango, Zara, H&M at times, and I'm trying to lean into more fast fashion brands that are making conscious promises in the future. And I also want to be really aware of, if I do buy something from a fast fashion company, I want it to be like something that was on my wish list that I couldn't find anywhere else, and is something that I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of. And that's a perfect example with this next dress from Mango. So I had on my wish list for a while a dark floral moody dress, dark moody floral dress that was long, with long sleeves for fall and winter. And I had looked far and wide on the internet for a long time, and I knew that like it was such a specific, especially being a pattern, that I probably wasn't going to find it from an ethical brand. I did think maybe I would find it at Cezanne. I did not, though. And I ended up finding this dress from Mango, and I have loved it so much. So you might have already seen it. I wore it as part of my 10 by 10, which I did a 10 by 10 in October. So I wore it a couple of ways over that challenge. And this has come in and out of stock. I think actually when I found it, it was totally out of stock, and I clicked a little button to be notified and emailed when it came back in my size. So I got this in a size 8. I think it was $99, and I'm not sure if it's still available. If it is, of course, I will link it down below. And if it's not available in your size, I would definitely click the button to be notified, because that's happened with so many people I've heard. But what I love about this, first and foremost, was the pattern. I'm not huge on patterns, really, and huge on wearing a lot of color, but this was so perfect to me because it is like the dark floral moody situation that I had in my mind, but also there's so many colors in here, and so you can wear it with so much. And it's also, you can't really see here, but I will of course post pictures and video. It's a button front dress. It's not as far as like floor length maxi, which I also kind of would love a long dress as well, or a long skirt. So it is sort of like mid calf, I would say. Like a midi dress, but I love that it buttons all the way down because you can wear it multiple ways. You can wear it totally open as like a duster with a tank top and jeans, which I did during my 10 by 10. You can obviously wear it as the dress as one piece, or you can wear it as like sort of a long shirt where you button it up into the top of your jeans or pants that you're wearing below and open it up that way with pants underneath. Particularly jeans I love. Yeah, so I have really just loved this so much. The only downfall is that it doesn't have pockets, but I love it so much that I've never really like looked at it and been like, darn, I wish you had pockets. Because I hate that when you buy a piece and you're like, I love this piece, but. And then that makes me think that I shouldn't have bought that piece and I should have held out for something that I really would love everything. But I actually loved the dress so much that I've never in a day thought like, oh man, I wish this had pockets. But because I'm just like, I love this so much. It is 100% viscose, which I talked a little bit about when I bought a viscose dress from H&M recently. I did a very clunky explanation of what viscose is. It's basically made from wood pulp, so it is natural, and if it ends up for some reason in a landfill, it will decompose. However, the threat with using viscose is deforestation because it does use so many trees. So viscose can be made responsibly, it cannot be made responsibly. So there's a lot of like, you know, sort of gray area within viscose, but it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely not made of plastic or anything, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, regardless, this is exactly what I wanted. So I have loved it. I've gotten great use out of it, and yeah, if you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. Okay, the next thing is, well, another fast fashion brand, and it's from Old Navy. I think that I have really turned my eye to Old Navy this year because I think with Old Navy, I'm so much more attracted to Zara and Mango and H&M just from a fashion perspective. I just think that like fashion-wise, it speaks to me a lot more, but also quality-wise, some of my favorite things are that have held up over time are surprisingly from Zara and H&M, like sweater-wise. And so I definitely view Old Navy now as just a place I really have almost lost all interest in. I think I bought one thing from them earlier this year, if I'm thinking of my checklist of things where I've bought. So I think I've not bought a lot from Old Navy, and I have bought a lot there in the past. And the reason that I feel like I buy there a lot is because I'm often shopping for my kids there, which I will still continue to shop there for my kids because there's not a lot of places where I can physically shop for my kids where I live. So I feel like Target, Old Navy, and kids are growing and their sizes are ever changing. And so I don't want to spend a ton of money on their clothing. And I like their clothing for kids. So I do still go in there from time to time. And when I was in there recently, I was in there twice. Once to pick up a few pairs of leggings and things for my kids, and then once because I had to return something for them. And I had seen this thing twice. So this is definitely something that I would not have seen because I just don't really shop there for me anymore. And this actually wasn't even in the women's section. This was in the men's section. I got this hooded sweatshirt in the men's department. And I love it for multiple reasons, and I have already worn it so much. So the first time that I went in there, I was like, it just caught my eye. And one, because it's this deep dark green that I love so much. It's sort of my mudroom green color. If you follow me on Instagram and you know my mudroom is a deep dark green. It's the green color that I love. It also reminds me of a very cheap knockoff, very cheap, of Anina Bing. She has cool lion graphic tees and whatnot. Also, I love a big hooded sweatshirt this time of year on its own, like just in the comfort and coziness of my own home. But I love it with the hoodie like popped out of a coat, a jacket, a denim jacket, a suede like moto jacket I love so much. And I have a brown one from Blank NYC that I've worn this with. It looks so great. I also love it with blazers, which I've worn it with. I have a tartan blazer from Aritzia that is like a navy and dark green plaid that this looks incredible with. And so as I was thinking back to the hoodies that I have, I love the look of hoodies under things, but I usually don't wear them because most of the hoodies that I have are like sports related or location related. So I have Michigan State hoodie, I have like Tahoe for when we went skiing, but a lot of times they're like the old style of sweatshirt where there's like the logo right here in the corner and then a big graphic on the back. And so if you're wearing it with a moto jacket, you can't see it. It just looks like you're wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. So to me, this sort of filled that void of like having a graphic sweatshirt, like almost be like a graphic tee. So to me, this sort of was like the sweatshirt version of a graphic t-shirt. And so it's like got a nice graphic. So if you wear something over it, it's about the graphic and then the hoodies. And I love the color. But anyways, I love it. Old Navy men's, I got a medium. Someone sent me an Instagram story of Colton, the former bachelor, wearing this. So never thought I'd be wearing the same clothes as Colton, but here we are. Okay, so the next two things were very exciting because I'd hinted in my last video that we were getting a Madewell and that I would find myself cozying up into a Madewell fitting room, trying on denim, and that's exactly what I did recently. So at the very end of October, Madewell opened up, our first Madewell on the whole west side of the state, so it was a pretty big deal in our community. And I knew that I wanted to try Madewell denim. A couple months ago, I had bought a pair of Madewell denim that I'd thrifted, so I was very excited about that, but I wanted to also have like a more current looking pair. And I was saving, I'll show you, I have two things that I bought from Madewell, and then I have a bonus thing that I bought earlier. So I knew at the end of the month that I had two things left that I was saving to use at Madewell. And I want to tell you a little bit about my shopping experience at Madewell before I show you the two pieces. So my shopping experience at Madewell was like the most accomplished shopping experience I've ever had. So first of all, I went in there like so excited and on a high that we finally got a Madewell. So that was exciting in its own. I went like opening day within like the first hour. And so I was like, I have two things left this month, so I can buy two things. So I already went in there with the headspace of, I'm gonna buy two things. And I knew that I wanted jeans, and I knew I'd probably want like a sweater or a cardigan for the cold months ahead. And I had started looking at some of their sweaters, some of their coats, and the first thing that I was looking at was tags. I was like, you know, I want to make sure that something is natural fibers. I really want to stay away from something that's made of acrylic or nylon. I don't know that they use a lot of polyester at Madewell. They might, I'm actually not 100% sure because again, I haven't shopped there a lot. I shop there online a little bit. But I wanted to just find more natural fibered things. But if I saw a sweater that I absolutely was like, oh my gosh, this is so me, and it was made out of acrylic, I might have chose to take it back to the fitting room, but I didn't find something that I loved that much. So I was looking at the inside tags of almost everything, which was great and was a really good process of elimination as I was shopping through the store. And then they had so many people around helping because it was the first day that someone asked me if I needed help, and I was like, First of all, I hate help when I'm shopping in a store, but I think denim is a really good thing to ask help for, especially when you know that the staff knows way more about the denim than you do. And so I'd asked her, hey, yes, actually, I would love some help. I'm looking for a high waist, no button fly, non-skinny, so more, maybe like a straight leg, maybe even a relaxed or boyfriend style ankle crop jean. So while she did that, which felt super efficient to me, while she looked for jeans, I continued looking through the rest of the store, and then we met it back at the fitting room. She had like 5 or 6 pairs of jeans for me to try on. I had a couple of sweaters, and the sweater that I ended up going with is this cardigan right here. I have loved it and worn it a lot. So it's a super boxy cut cardigan, which I really like. You can see here that it is pilling up a little bit as I've been wearing it a ton through the month. However, number one, I do have a sweater shaver that I love using. I've talked about that recently on Instagram. I will link it below. It's just from Amazon. It's a Conair shaver. But I love that to help things look renewed. But also I feel like this doesn't look like it's as pilly as it is a little bit because it has this speckled color in it already. So it's sort of this like pumpkin color. It's made of 100% merino wool, and I've been doing the thing where you wear it like buttoned up almost as a shirt. And then like front tuck it into jeans, which I've been loving recently. And so I love that it has like just the detail of like this double pocket on this side. And I tried on a medium and a large, and I definitely could have worn the medium, worked, but I felt like since I knew I was gonna wear it tucked into jeans, it felt like on the medium, there was just a little more like gap happening, not like this way, but just that it was like opening up a little bit more, where the large felt like I wasn't gonna have to worry about that as much, especially since there are times when I've worn this with just like a little camisole bra, like a half bra, or even just a normal bra. I really liked this. It also looks great with that floral dress. Yeah, it looks great with a lot of things that I own in my wardrobe, and it's probably a good Thanksgiving color with the pumpkin. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the other thing that I bought is jeans. So I found the perfect jeans for myself. I am wearing them right now, and so I will show you a picture or video of them here. They are, I believe, the perfect vintage crop, and they are cropped very nicely. They're actually like a washed black, so they look like a medium gray black color, and I just really like them. I have one pair. I actually don't own a lot of jeans in general. I think I have like 7 pairs of jeans, and that includes a pair of black skinny jeans. I don't even like skinny jeans anymore, so I almost never wear those and need to declutter those soon. That also includes white jeans, which I don't wear a lot in the winter, although I know winter white is cool. I just usually don't wear them. And so I actually don't own a lot of jeans. So this definitely fit a void for me, with wanting a new style, but also wanting something that wasn't super distressed for winter, because I found that a lot of the jeans that I do own are distressed in a way where my knees are cold in the winter. So I think I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of these, and I actually already have, I think. I've been wearing these literally every day since I bought them, and I've just loved them a ton. They're going to be like my staple jeans throughout the winter, I think. I actually have in the month of November, I would like to get another pair of jeans from Madewell, and they have the recycle program where you can bring in any pair of jeans and get $20 off of your purchase. So I'm definitely planning on doing that, and I love that they do that. One of the other things that was such a successful shopping experience when I went into the store was when I was taking a picture of the jeans for Instagram, like just the tag, like what style jean this was. And I noticed there was a fair trade logo on the inside of the jeans, and I got so excited. I'd been talking a little bit about fair trade on Instagram. I'd listened to a podcast recently all about fair trade and what that entails, and that it's basically like the gold standard from an outside third-party source saying, yes, this thing is made in the most ethical way possible. I know that Madewell and J. Crew have items, especially denim, that are fair trade certified, and Target is going to be making fair trade certified denim as well. And actually, when I talked about that on Instagram, a lot of you had said that you had already seen fair trade denim at Target, and I actually haven't seen it. I don't know if that's for a lack of my store doesn't have it yet, or if it's that I just really don't shop in Target's clothing that much anymore. So those are the 2 things that I bought from Madewell, and yeah, I was just so delighted by it, and I felt like fashion accomplished. Okay, and the final sneaky bonus item, which I'd said that it's sneaky because I literally bought this in spring, and I kind of forgot about it because I've been wearing it a ton recently because it's a coat, and it was something that I saw. I will buy things from time to time, like off season, if it's something that like is a home run that I know I will get use out of, that I love, because you can find good deals on off season things, but you have to really know your style and know your taste level to be able to like pull that off. Because otherwise you buy it in spring and then months later winter hits and you're like, I don't want that thing anymore, and then you wasted your money. So I was in Nordstrom Rack, and I bought this beautiful coat that I have been wearing so much I've been wearing it for the last 2 months. So this is super sneaky because I bought it a long time ago, and I've been like, shoot, I need to put this in my finds somewhere, and I'm finally finding a place for it now. I think at the beginning of the year I'd said I would give myself 5 like bonus things throughout the year to use, mainly on like if I went on vacation and I found something, or if I went to a concert, or if I didn't want to just be like, there's a Zara sale, I'm buying 5 extra things this month. I didn't want to use it in that way. And so I don't even know that this is like the best way to have used it, but I'm using it. I think I have 1 or 2 left after this, and I might not even use them because we're already in mid-November and I haven't even found anything yet. So I can't imagine myself ending up with 6 things at the end of this month We shall see. You never know. But anyways, this is from the brand Vince, which is a beautiful high-end brand. I have a pair of shoes from Vince as well as a pair of denim. So their things are definitely on the more high-end scale, but they are very nice and very well made. So this coat, I don't have the tag in front of me right now. I will list it down below. I think it was originally like in the high 600 range. And I saw it at Nordstrom Rack for like $250-ish originally, and then I went back to the store a month later. It was still there, and it had dipped below $200, which is definitely, you know, a higher price point, but this is so nice. I know that it's well made. This is one of those pieces that you'll have forever, and I just love it so much. It is the content of it, which when I bought this back in spring, I wasn't really like attuned to looking at labels, but Vince is a high-end brand, and so they're not really going to have a lot of things made of polyester. And so it's 70% wool. And now what that means is not only is it natural materials, it is going to be warm. If something is 70% wool, it's going to be extremely warm. So it's 70% wool, 15% nylon, and 15% alpaca. So that's definitely a warm, I mean, this is heavy. This coat is very heavy. So it's almost like, kind of like a robe in the sense that it's really, really long. But I love that it has these deep pockets. So it has two flap like deep pockets, but it also has side pockets too. And it just has this one button right here. And it's just really beautiful and cozy. If you live in Michigan, you know that it's worth investing in nice coats that you will wear. And this is something that I feel like it is so heavy. It is, I mean, it's definitely not a down jacket. It's not something that I will wear all the time, but it's basically 20 something degrees right now. And I wore it out this morning to take my kids to school and to the grocery store. And it's one of those pieces where it looks great just thrown over jeans or even like joggers and tennis shoes. It elevates your look. It's so big, you don't even know what you're wearing underneath. But it's also a piece that I would wear this like in the cold months, like if I had a wedding to go to or something dressy, I would wear it with that too. So this is something that I think I will have for a long time, and it's just such a beautiful piece, and I've loved it so much, and it's really functional in the way that it's just really warm and comfortable, and I love the deep pocket. Also, funny side story, so this I did get from Nordstrom Rack, and it was the only one in there, and so it felt like a rare, like, piece because I feel like someone had maybe returned it there or whatnot. But then we have a home goods TJ Maxx store, and I had been in there recently looking at the home goods side. I don't really shop on the TJ Maxx side anymore because I'm just not really like perusing clearance racks that much anymore. But one of the front T stands sometimes has nicer things on it, and I saw this jacket. And they had it there recently, and they also had it in black, and I think they had it in like a grayish blue color, and they had multiples of them, and I was like, oh my god, there's my jacket again. I think it was like 200 something though at TJ Maxx. But the funny thing was, when I went there, I was wearing the jacket, and I had tennis shoes on, jeans and tennis shoes, and this. And I'd run into a mom who was shopping that had two kids in a stroller. And she was like, hey, can I get your opinion on a dress? She was like, my husband, I have this gala to go to with him, this fancy event, and I have this dress that I'm wearing, a dark green dress, which you know speaks my language. And she had this like yellowish, like mustardy coat, and she was like, do you think this works with that? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And of course, I'm like, I'm either completely the right person to ask or completely the wrong person to ask, because I'm going to be like trying to get you to buy the exact perfect thing, which is basically going to be saying no to a lot of things. And so I was like, I don't know that you're going to get a lot of use out of that jacket. Like the color is so specific. And then she said, did you get your jacket here? I saw it up there. And I said, I actually got it from Nordstrom Rack, but this is the jacket. And so she said, I was looking at that and I thought that it would be really nice. And she was explaining to me that she had two young kids with her there, but I think she had 3 or 4 kids. And she was like, I don't get out to nice things a lot. And so I told her, you know, she was already looking at this. So I'm not trying to push someone into buying a $200 jacket who doesn't want it. She was already eyeing it. And so she's like, I'm going to go try that on. And so she's like, could you tell me what you think of it? And I was like, heck yeah, I'm all in on this. Like, I want you to like get the right thing. And so my advice to her was, especially with my mindset right now, is I said, okay, you're a busy mom, and while yes, I want you to find a beautiful coat for this event that you're going to, I want you to buy a coat that you're also going to be able to wear after that event, like for your everyday mom life. And I can tell you right now, because I'm wearing this with jeans and sneakers and nothing fancy, I look pulled together because this coat is so pretty and you can't see what I'm wearing underneath. So I said, so you're going to be able to wear this to your gala. This is going to look beautiful with the, you know, deep green dress that you have, and it's warm for the winter, but you're also going to be able to wear this all winter long with everything for your everyday life if you want to. And so I think for sure you should invest in this piece because it's something you're going to have for a long time and you're going to be excited to wear, as opposed to that mustard color jacket that you were trying to make work specifically for this one event. I don't love the idea of buying one thing for one event anymore. That's just like, you're never going to get use out of it for the rest of your life, for your day-to-day life. I think she ended up getting it, so I felt accomplished in myself with my advice, but I also felt just so accomplished for her. That felt like another successful shopping event that wasn't even my own. All right, well, those were my shopping adventures and someone else's shopping adventure for the month of October. So I will be back soon with my November finds, and hopefully in between there I might have another video on slower shopping and whatnot. So yeah, I will see you again in another video real soon. Bye.